Monday, October the 3rd edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Going to spend the bulk of the video today talking about Hurricane Matthew. But let's start off with a look at our temperatures in the mountains here during the 5 o'clock hour this morning. It's another cool early October morning underway, 40s and 50s up there through the high country. And we have 50s and 60s out across the Piedmont zones here as the day is beginning here again on this first Monday here in the month of October. Now, yesterday's high temperatures, it was a very, very nice weather weekend. Really ideal weather conditions for any outdoor plans you had across the region. There's your Sunday highs across the Triad, upper 70s for most. Around the Charlotte viewing area, had highs in the low side of the 80s in most spots. Temperatures this morning, again, it's 50s and 60s out across the Piedmont, some 70s close to the coast. And dew point temperatures much lower than where they have been the last couple of videos I cut last week. When you had dew points well into the 60s and even 70s, it is a much drier air mass. And even a reinforcing shot of some cooler, drier air works in from the north for midweek. You'll see that in just a second, too. All right, tropical update. Of course, it's all about Hurricane Matthew. There's the watch and warning situation. The purple areas, those are hurricane warnings, including Jamaica, eastern Cuba, Haiti, and up into the parts of the Turks and Caicos Islands. Watches up for parts of the Bahamas and also parts of the Turks and Caicos, too. And tell you what, Matthew's still a healthy hurricane, going going through some sort of either eye wall replacement or small weakening trend this morning. Tough to tell through the early morning data. The intensity a little bit lower than where it was, but the center of Matthew did pass over a NOAA buoy through the night, and the pressure got down to 943 millibars. So it is certainly still a very, very intense hurricane. There's your 5 a.m. advisory information, 130 mile per hour sustained winds, located roughly 290 miles south of Port-au-Prince, Haiti. And this is going to head in the general direction of western Haiti as we move forward in time. So there you go, track with a major hurricane moving to the western tip of Haiti and then across eastern Cuba, and then bending up through the Bahamas from there. This is the official National Hurricane Center forecast track, and there's the location it has out at early Saturday morning. Again, don't pay attention to the specific point. Pay attention to the cone. Now, along the track, water temperatures will stay very warm. The only factors that making any weakening occur would be these eye wall replacement cycles as well as interaction with land. But I think this thing takes off. Any weakening that occurs here in eastern Cuba or western Haiti, we see the intensity probably take off again, unfortunately, as this rips up through the Bahamas. Now, here's the clustering of computer model tracks here as this makes that right-hand turn as it moves up close to the Carolina coast. Now, some of the more reliable modeling is tucked up very close to the coast, such as the European model, the UK Met model, even the GFS is very close. A lot of the ensemble products a little bit further out in the other models as well. Let me just kind of loop through the European model data, and you'll see that again it is a very close shave with the coast rather. And as it's sitting in here, the pressure's down around I believe if memory serves the 935 millibar range for a period of time. So that's a big problem. Let me show you some of the more specific modeling here and take a look here. First of all, this is the GFDL. There it is near the eastern tip. I'm sorry, the western tip of Haiti. Oh, wrong chart. There we go. There's the GFDL then as you get further to the north. It's strengthening hurricane as it moves through the Bahamas. And finally there at the end of the run, this is tucked up a little bit off the North Carolina coast. All right, the Hurricane Wharf, there it is, western parts of Haiti, eastern Cuba, Bahamas, and then off the North Carolina coast. All right, this is the NavGem model. That's tucked really close to the eastern parts of North Carolina and the Outer Banks primarily. I mentioned the UK Met, and it is over Pamlico Sound with the location of this Friday evening. That's about the furthest west model you could find. And finally, the European model. There it comes up through the Bahamas, and a track that's really bad for the Bahamas, by the way. It just tracks right up the whole chain of the Bahamas. And then there it is Saturday evening, and then off the coast from there. Notice all the way to 240 hours. This thing's still sitting out there. This is out at next Wednesday, the 12th. Actually, I lied. One more chart to show you. There's the. Let's see if I can find that. I thought I put the Canadian model in here somewhere. Yeah, there's the Canadian. Okay, off the North Carolina coast. Oh yeah, and I put the close-up charts of the GFS as well. So let me show you those. Here is the GFS position for this out Friday evening, and it may be a little tough to see, but Friday evening, and then Saturday early afternoon. There it goes, shaving very close to the Outer Banks, and there's the wind field at the same time. If you're wondering about ensembles, there is the GFS ensemble position, really not in terrible disagreement at all. The ensemble mean for Saturday morning with the operational. And there's the European operation. I got to look at the individual members here. I haven't seen that yet at the time I'm cutting the video, but that's tucked pretty close to the Georgia and South Carolina coast. That's a little concerning. So let me just real quick, I'll step you through the GFS model through the run here. There's today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and there comes Matthew into the Bahamas. There's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there it goes, and Sunday, right here, there it goes, pulling away. So this week we get northeasterly flow due to high pressure and as well as the pressure difference between that high pressure and Matthew, and that's going to bring in that cooler midweek air mass. And for the Carolina coast, we're just going to have to watch it. I mean, it is one of those deals where I think it could be very close to the coast and certainly close enough to cause some issues. And again, some models even still indicating a landfall potential. It's within the margin of error, and we're just going to have to watch this all very, very carefully here as we go through this week. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.